I'm here with my Christmas book haul slash share my mailbox. I hope you all had an absolutely wonderful Christmas. I did. I spent the day with my mum, my brother and my grandparents like I do every year. But we had a really good day. Some of these books were presents, but the majority of them I bought myself before Christmas or I received for review before Christmas. I did receive some bookish presents, but my family don't normally buy me books for Christmas simply because they know I buy myself books, so they don't want to buy me something I already have, or they wouldn't really know where to start, kind of thing. But the first thing I'm going to show you was actually a present from my grandparents, and I absolutely love it. They are bookends, and they're really, really cute. They're kind of hard to show because they're metal and but I'll put my Kindle behind them, so that'll help. But one bookend says Once Upon a Time, and it has the princess in the O like that, and then the other one says The End, and you can see the princess and the prince there, and the castles. I really, really love these. I've not seen bookends like them before. I think they're really, really cute. But I think if I actually used them as bookends, you wouldn't really see the Once Upon a Time at the end. So I'm thinking of actually putting them on the front of my bookshelf and putting books on this bit. So this bit is in front of spines, if that makes sense. Just so you can see them, because otherwise you won't really see that, will you really? But absolutely love these. Haven't seen anything like them before, and I just really thought they were adorable. So my friend actually bought me a bookmark. She knows I love green and she knows I love owls. So she found this bookmark that's just lots of little owls there. It's really cute. It's a little magnetic one. And she also gave me this beautiful leather-bound edition of Persuasion by Jane Austen. It's this really cute pink. Don't know how well you're going to see. I will say the lighting is terrible because as we speak the weather in the UK is absolutely diabolical, and because of work and stuff I'm very limited with the times I can film, so I'm trying to make the best of it. But yeah, sorry if the lighting's bad, guys. But yeah, it's this beautiful edition of Persuasion. I absolutely love it. She knows this is one of my favourite Jane Austen books. The inside is beautiful. The edges are purple or lilac, and it does have the little pink ribbon. And the back, it has this beautiful quote, which is one of my favourite quotes from Persuasion. One man's ways may be as good as another's, but we all like our own best. And how true is that? But I love that. Sorry, I'm losing my voice as well, which is not great. Then Elise from Elise and Her Books sent me a little surprise parcel. Wasn't expecting anything. And when I did on Christmas Day and I read her Christmas card, I thought what she did was absolutely a brilliant idea, and I might be stealing it. Basically what she did is she chose a book from 2013 that she absolutely loved, but she felt was underappreciated or hadn't been heard of, and so she sent that to people to try and get that book a little bit more well known, which I thought was a fantastic idea. And she sent The Clever One by Helena Close. And she was right, I have not heard of this book, but it sounds pretty good. I'm quite looking forward to checking it out. It's about this girl who's known as the Clever One. She got 10 A's, I think in her GCSEs or something. But she doesn't agree, she doesn't like her sister's boyfriend, and she's just found out they're having a baby. So she thinks he's basically a deadbeat and no good, so she's trying to get rid of him, and things sort of spiral from there. So I'm really interested to see what she does, so thank you, Elise. But she also included a stainless steel bookmark that has 50 books to read before you die engraved on it. And this is funny because I actually sent one of these to Sue Morrow back in August, and I really, really liked them, but I didn't get myself one. Yeah, it just has them all engraved. You won't see very well. I think I've read about 6 on here, but I have more than that on my shelves ready to read. So love this. So thank you so much, Elise. Then my good friend Dan, that I actually not met, but met through BookTube. He doesn't have his channel anymore, but we're still really good friends. We talk on Facebook and everything. We decided that we would exchange wish lists and exchange presents this year. And he sent me some amazing books. I'm so excited for these. Obviously, like, I put them on my wish list, but he chose really, really well. He sent me Dying to Know You by Aidan Chambers. With the light you might not see that, but I absolutely like this cover. Is just so quirky. I love it. It's about this shy guy called Carl who is in love with his girlfriend, and she turns around to him and says, I want you to tell me, like, how much you love me, show you how much you love me, in a letter. And Carl thinks he can't write worth a damn, so he enlists the help of his girlfriend's favourite author to help him write this letter. And I think that sounds like a really, really good story, so I can't wait to read that. The next book that Dan got me was Red Hill by Jamie Maguire. Really, really excited for this one. I haven't read her Beautiful Disaster series. I've heard a lot about that series, both good and bad. It caused a lot of controversy on Goodreads. If you are familiar with that, obviously you'll know what I'm talking about. But this is something slightly different from her in that it's a zombie survival novel about all these different people from different walks of life trying to survive in this, I think it's in this like little like farmhouse ranch type thing. But I haven't heard, or I haven't looked up, I should say, much about this one yet, but I'm looking forward to checking that out. I don't know whether to read it before or after Beautiful Disaster. I'm undecided. And then the next book that he got me super excited for is Pivot Point by Casey West. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I heard a lot of amazing things about this when it first came out. It's about a girl who can see the future, but the way she sees the future is that she sees two different futures, and like the decisions, that make you get to this future. This makes no sense. But I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. And Dan actually said that one of the books that he ordered for me, he started reading a couple of pages of, and he really, really liked it. So he went ahead and ordered a copy for himself, and it was this one. So really looking forward to both reading this and to hearing Dan's thoughts on it at the same time. So on to the books that I received for review. I have Darkest Fear by Kate Tiernan. This is from Hodder. This, I didn't request this. This turned up as a complete surprise, but I was so excited because I read her Immortal Beloved series last year. I read all 3 books last year. Absolutely loved it. While that was about immortals, people who had obviously lived for hundreds of years, and they sort of had some magical abilities, this is about shapeshifters they shift into jaguars. Haven't heard anything about this, didn't know that it was coming out or anything, so I'm really, really pleased to have this. And this comes out on the 9th of January. I'm recording this on the 4th, so by the time that this goes up, this will be out. So really looking forward to that. That's adult, but so was her Immortal Beloved series, and I think it has a lot of crossover appeal into young adult, but I wouldn't say it's gory, but it's not that bad. Then from Mirror Inc. I have Crash Into You by Katie McGarry. I absolutely loved Crash Into You. I read it back in October when I received an ARC. Do not like the cover for this one. I've said this before, but I don't feel like this is the right cover for this book. I feel like the US cover is just way better. But I'm still grateful to have a finished copy, but I do prefer the US edition to this one. The other book that I have from Mirror Inc. is Taste of Darkness by Maria V. Snyder. I really, really loved Touch of Power. I read that 2 years ago now. I do have the second book, which is Scent of Magic, but I haven't read it yet. But now that I have the third and final book, I will probably pick that one up soon, because I loved Touch of Power so much. I've read her Yelena Black Poison Study trilogy as well, and that was fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to wrapping this series up, and it's just, I love love the characters in this one, so I'm really looking forward to like concluding it. Then I have quite a few books from Random House. A few of them are like from different imprints, but from overall they're from Random House. Sorry guys, really am going to lose my voice. The first one is a middle grade book, and it's by Peter Hamilton, and it's The Queen of Dreams. It's quite a creepy cover. Like, this guy here is really quite creepy. He's like creeping me out, I gotta say. Like that. I quite like the simplicity like of the colour scheme of it. It's just black, white and gold. And the back is like pretty much all gold. So it's the first book in a new middle grade series. I'm quite excited to read. Like, when it arrived, I didn't request it or anything. It did just show up, and I was a bit like, oh, I wasn't interested. But now that I've read like the blurb, it's full of magic, fairies, talking squirrels, and elves. It is guaranteed to delight both boys and girls. It's the first in the series, and it came out on the 2nd of January. It's funny because they actually sent me an arc of this. And then like a couple of weeks later they sent me a finished copy, so I didn't even have a chance to haul the arc, but I will be giving that away to somebody. But yeah, I'm quite excited to read this one now. It's like intrigued me and creeped me out somewhat. The next one that I have is Mystic City by Theo Lawrence. This is one I've wanted to read for a while actually, and they've sent me this because the second book is coming out this year, I think, and I said that I hadn't read this one. This actually in the UK came out the 11th of October 2012, so it's been out quite a while, but the sequel is out sorry, this year. It's kind of a dystopian novel. I really like the cover. Apparently it's about a girl, I think she's lost her memory. She has gaps in her memory, and she's told that she's engaged to this man, and he's telling her how wonderful their romance is, but she can't remember him, and she starts there's this other boy that she recognises. Basically Manhattan is underwater, and it sounds really interesting. I've done a really terrible job of describing that, but just go with it. Sounds really good. Looking forward to reading that. And then two other books that I have from Random House are two beautiful books, guys. Like, honestly, they're stunning. The first one is Lady Catherine's Necklace, a sequel to Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, and this is by Joan Aiken. Oh, light focus. It's absolutely just a really... obviously you can tell like these bits like in the corners are like metallic. It's like this teal cover. And like it says, it's a sequel to Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. It sounds really cute. So quite looking forward to checking that out. And then the other book is the newest one by that author, and it's Mansfield Revisited, the sequel to Jane Austen's Mansfield Park, and this one's like purples. It's the light is like really bright. It's really pretty. They've got some pretty good reviews from the Times. And I really love the flourishes, and they're just on like the shelf. They are just really beautiful books. Then the next one from Random House is kind of different. It's Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Brosh, and the light is really starting to irritate me, in case you can't tell. And you might recognise the cover. It's because she's the creator of a blog, and I did know the blog name. Yeah, it was just Hyperbole and a Half.blogspot, and she sort of creates all these funny images on paint and then puts them on her blog. You'll probably recognise the Clean All the Things because it was adapted by Nerd Fighters for Feel All the Things for The Fault in Our Stars, but she's the creator of these. and a lot of the images have basically been put together into a book, and it's just a lot of amusing images and stories. I want to find a nice one, like a funny one to show you. Let's see. It's just really, really cute. Really looking forward to reading it. It's just basically full of these like cartoon images that are really, really funny. So even the back is funny. So I'm just really looking forward to checking this out. I haven't heard much about it, but if you've checked it out, please let me know below, because I'd be really interested to know. And when did that come out actually? That came out on the 31st of October. This is one I've had on my shelf for a while that I haven't managed to haul actually. So there's that one. And then two more from Random House that I have are Just One Day. Wow, the light is really terrible. Just One Day and Just One Year by Gail Forman. I've not read anything by Gail Forman. I've not read the If I Stay, Where She Went books. I've heard mixed things on Just One Day. These, I really like these. They've kept like the same covers as the US ones, and what's great is these are UK editions, but they're floppier. They're not like completely like floppy like the US ones, but they are less tight binding wise, so I'm hoping the spines won't break. This one especially is like really better, but it sounds really, really good. It's about a whirlwind day in Paris, chance at true love, and then the sequel is when they manage to meet up again. Quite looking forward to checking these out. Does it say when they came out? Let's see. That's really strange. Just One Day, which I'm pretty sure is the first one, comes out. Oh right, I see. This one came out on the 12th of January 2013, and then Just One Year came out on the 7th of November, so they did come out in the same year, just at the beginning and the end. Really looking forward to checking those out. And so on to the books that I read. This video is already ridiculously long and I apologise guys, but on to the books that I bought myself. I have Wild Cards by Simone Alcalez. This came out in like October, but I love her Perfect Chemistry series, and I've heard really mixed things about this. Some people say it's boring, some people say it's like nothing different, but I really enjoy her Perfect Chemistry series, so I knew I really wanted to pick this up when it came out. It took me a little while, but I got there eventually. So there's that. Then I fancied reading something a little bit darker. I don't know what like came over me. I just fancied reading something a little bit darker. And I've heard really good things about this one, so I decided to go ahead and get it. And it's The Hallowed Ones by Laura Bickle. I've heard really amazing things about this one. And it's about a girl, she's Amish, and she's on the verge of her Ramspringer, which is where they go out and leave their community and sort of experience normal things, but something happens, and I don't know what has actually happened. Is it disappearances? Basically the Amish leaders decide that no one can leave, enter or leave, but the girl, what's her name, Katie, she finds an injured man and she lets him in. So I've heard really fantastic things about this and I actually can't wait to read it. So there's that one. And then another one that I just picked up on a kind of a whim really. It sounds kind of like The Immortal Rules, and that's The Farm by Emily McKay. And this one is basically like a prison. And I think they're kept as sport and like food for vampires. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but it sounds like The Immortal Rules and like The Hunt, things like that. So there's that one. And then I picked up 10 Tiny Breaths by K.A. Tucker. This is a new adult contemporary book. I just really fancied picking up and giving it a try. So there's that one. I think yeah, I think she leaves home because I think it's her uncle is kind of threatening, dangerous, so they leave, and then there's they move into an apartment and like a guy's there and he's, you know, falls in love with him kind of thing. I think, I don't know. But yeah, I picked up that one. And then I also picked up Half-Blood and Pure by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is book 1 and book 2 in her Covenant series. I absolutely love Jennifer L. Armentrout's books. I've read Cursed, I'm up to date with her Lux series, and I've read a couple of her new adult contemporary books, Frigid and Wait For You, and I absolutely love them. So I really wanted to check out her Covenant series, and I decided I wanted physical copies. So I've got 1 and 2, so you'll probably be seeing the next few books in the next few hauls. Then a book that I pre-ordered is These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. This one I saw like on Goodreads and the cover immediately drew me in. It's an absolutely beautiful cover. It's getting quite a glare on it, but it is absolutely just beautiful. And from what I can gather, like, it's about a girl, Lilac. She's the daughter of like some rich, powerful man. And then the guy, like, he's quite poor. He came from nothing. He's like a war hero. And I don't know. I think somehow they were in like a spaceship and it crashes, and they have to learn how to survive together, and then they kind of like fall in love. Sounds really fantastic. I've heard some fantastic things, some mixed things, but I absolutely love the sound of this one. Can't wait to get to that. And then the last book that I picked up in this mammoth haul is Simple Perfection by Abby Glines, which is the sequel to Twisted Perfection. Love this cover. I love the like ice blue metallicness. The only thing is that it does not match my cover of Twisted Perfection. Cover wise it matches, but like the actual size and the format of the book doesn't match, which is a little bit annoying, but oh well. I loved the Too Far series, haven't read Twisted Perfection yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So that was everything, guys. Like I said, I apologise for the length of this haul, but as you can see, it was quite beastly. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, if you've checked out any of the books mentioned, let me know down below. I always love to know. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and happy reading.